Hello, everybody. This is the Baron with Vax for the finals round of Funkoff versus Demonic Knight in a best-of-3 game. Vax?
Yeah, so this first map is going to be on Desolatia. I'm really interested to see what I would be willing to bet that Funk switches to Aeon to play against Demonic if Demonic is going to be UEF, because Funk will probably want to put some TML pressure on Demonic and force him to spend a ton of RP on Slip Text. Oh, it looks like Funk's going to mirror it. Maybe not. Let's see what happens here. Maybe Demonic may be thinking the same thing.
Well, this will be, I believe, our 5th or 6th game casting with DaemonicSquirrel. Just the way things have laid out with us choosing who to cast, and we just kind of, me and Vax both have seen a lot of replays from Funk. I mean, yeah, you're anticipating a tactical missile launcher for pressure. But I mean, DaemonicSquirrel seems to be tends to be a very aggressive player when he needs to be. However, predicting what will happen. Oh, what are you talking? Come on, Funk. Yeah, they're listening in, which is always funny to hear, I guess. So, DaemonicSquirrel has had proven himself to be a very aggressive player when he needs to be, but also will turtle when he can. Vax, I know you've seen a lot more. I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot more replays with Funkoff than I have. What do you have to say about his game style?
Funk's just a very adaptive player. He may go not with a totally pre-canned strat, but he's not going to commit to a course of action that doesn't have some flexibility built into it. He's very reactive, exceptional with his micro, excellent on the metagame. Like Iron Commander, Funk's just got very few, if any, weaknesses. DK, however, has become a top-notch player. So I think if anyone in this tournament today has a chance of taking down Funk, DK is certainly one of those guys. So I think we're going to see three awesome games, and I do believe this is going to go to 3 games.
And DaemonicSquirrel will be playing as the Aeon, and as orange on the top left, and Funkoff will be the UEF, is yellow on the bottom right. And we seem to be having a lot of people who want to jump in for Vax. I didn't know you wanted to play. Alright, and we should be launching now. So Vax, do you think Demonic will be as aggressive as he was in the earlier games we were viewing today, or do you think he'll try and hang back and and try and see what Funk is going to do before he makes his moves?
It's really tough to say. I can definitely say Funk will absolutely not tolerate aggression. I think if anyone is going to be able to stand up to DK's aggressive pushes, I think Funk will know what to do and when to do it. However, you bring up a good point. I'm not sure how forward aggressive DK is going to be in this. I can't quite tell what Demonic said.
I didn't see it either. My computer's probably the one that's hanging everybody's up just because I've got 100 things running, unfortunately. But here we go. So, yellow and orange on a white map. This is going to hurt my eyeballs.
Lots of fun.
Funkoff is going with the standard economy opening. He's got 4 mass extractors, 2 powers, an air factory followed by a land factory. And DK is going with a 3 fac opening. So, this will be interesting to see how it plays out. With that air factory, Funk's able to gain air supremacy, he will be able to potentially pull out bombers, followed by the cluster bomb upgrade, which would really put a wrench in Demonic's day with his land factories, or his land forces, since he's definitely focusing on that. What do you say, Vax?
I think it's interesting that Funk is opening with a bomber. It's a little bit cheaper than a fighter, but he's going to be using the bomber to scout, and he's using his ACU to crank out as much DPS with the bombers as he can.
Alright, yeah, he's scouting. He sees the 3 factory opening. And yeah, he's just spinning out bombers as fast as possible. I think he's going to try... Looks like he might just try and hinder expansion.
So it'll be interesting to see the expansion that the Demonic takes here.
Ooh.
And transport.
And with the MMLs, yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say what he's going for. This is not the first time he's done this in a tournament, let alone a regular match. Transport drops with MMLs can be devastating, especially when you get them in range of the early mass points. And yep, Demonic sees it, but unfortunately there's not much he can do to stop it. Meanwhile, he is pushing forward with his ACU. I don't see any build queues yet, so he's not. Doesn't look like he's quite ready to set up shop anywhere. Meanwhile, up in the north, those MMLs took out 1 mass extractor, and just from the bottom of the ridge, they'll be able to hammer most of his base. They might not be able to get that 3rd factory on the left, nope, he's transporting them up. Yeah, he's just going to keep bouncing them around until he takes it out.
Yeah, if Funk's going to probably go for the mexes there, and he's going to have just enough tanks to hold things off. He'll probably spike a shield and a PD by the FAC. Yeah.
Yeah, and up north he's just microing away. He's just dropping those MMLs down. Gets 1 shot. The engineer repairs any damage that's done, and he pulls them back into transport for another drop. Yeah, all Funk has to do is just play defensive until he does enough damage. I think it's fair to say we know which direction this game is going towards. I don't see
absolutely
DK pulling anything fancy out. He just doesn't have the time.
And he's down to 1 mass point.
Yeah, with the point defense under the shield, and also the Funkoff has enough tanks, he unfortunately cannot break through there to do any lasting damage. And with the micro that Funkoff is showing with the transports and the MMLs, he just is unable to stop that either.
The only real shot is DK's got to walk up, capture that PD, and hope that his ACU draws fire from the tanks.
Tanks are flanking far left, and yes, he is going for the capture. However, I think it's fair to say that Funkoff will control K it before he gets it. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a GG.
And here we go. Kaboom. Alright, and Funkoff wins the first round of the finals. So I believe the next map is Open Palms. Or
I believe you're
no,
correct.
actually I take that back. Open Palms is the third one. I think it's Waypoint Zeta is the second one.
I've got to take a call real quick.
Okay. Okay. And we're just waiting for Funkoff to get into the next server for the next game. Alright guys, one moment. I'm actually going to reset the stream for this next game just to give my computer a chance to refresh it and get the kilobytes per second back up. So I'll be back in about 10 or 20 seconds.